Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott, and today we're painting the Aristarch, which is one of the hero models for the City-States army in Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings. This is a super cool model, so let's go ahead and dive into how I painted it. To get this model ready for painting, I've primed it using Ultra Matte Black Paint Plus Primer from Rust-Oleum, but you could use any black primer that you want. I've also left the shield arm separate from the model to make it easier to paint. We're going to start this project off by basing all of the armor on the model using Balthasar Gold. We're going to shade all of the armor using Contrast Guilliman Flesh. You can go as heavy as you'd like with this coat, it's not going to make too much of a difference in the end. Once that shade is dried, we're going to take a mixture of 2 parts copper from Pro Acryl and 1 part Gahennas Gold from Citadel. And we're going to layer this over all of the raised surfaces and flat surfaces of the armor. Our next step is to do all the trim on the armor, and we're going to use Leadbelcher as the base color for this. And when you do this, you want to be very careful to not get this on any of the bronze armor. Next, we're going to very carefully do a light wash using Contrast Basilicanum Grey, and we're going to use this mainly focusing on the larger trim areas of the model. If you do this on any of the lighter trim areas, just be very careful not to overpaint. After we've allowed that contrast paint to dry, we're going to take Ironbreaker and we're going to carefully layer this over all of the steel parts of the model. Now as you do this, any spots where you want it to look tarnished, go ahead and let the contrast paint show through. It's time to start working on the clothing on the model. So we're going to take Naggaroth Knight, we're going to base the cape, the tassets, and the plume on the model's helmet, all using this color. Once we're happy with that base color, we're going to take Druchi Violet and wash this over all of the purple on the model. Once that shade is dried, we're going to take Xereus Purple and we're going to layer this carefully over all of the creases and raised ridges in the clothing. Next, we're going to take Genestealer Purple, and we're going to use this to highlight the edges and raised ridges of the cloak anywhere that we want the light to catch the most on the model. With that all done, we're now going to take Dawnstone, and we're going to use this to base any clothing that we didn't paint in the purple color. We're going to layer over the gray using Administratum Grey, and we're only focusing on the raised ridges, all of the creases in this fabric. We're also going to take Corax White and use this to do all the fine, sharp edge highlighting on the gray fabric. At this point, we're ready to start working on the skin on this model, and we're going to base the skin using Cadian Fleshtone. Next, we're going to shade the skin using Reikland Fleshshade, and you don't want to go too heavy here because you don't want to darken the skin too much. Once we've allowed that shade to dry, we're going to take Kislev Flesh and we're going to layer this over all of the muscles and the raised surfaces on the skin of the model. With the skin all done, we're going to pick out some of the smaller details on the model. We're going to take Mournfang Brown and we're going to use this to paint any leather that appears on the model. This includes the trim on the tassets hanging from the model's waist. We're going to very carefully pin shade using Agrax Earthshade, and our goal here is just to get the gaps and the intersection points between the different pieces of leather. Our final step in this project is to take Zandri Dust, and we're going to very carefully highlight the sharpest edges of the leather on the model. And with that, we finished painting the Aristarch. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, go ahead and like it, and then subscribe to my channel so you can see future videos that I make. I'd like to give a special shout out to my channel members that make videos like this possible. If you'd like to become a channel member, hit the join button below this video. As always, have an amazing day, and we'll catch you in the next one.